Howdy, y'all. My, oh my, oh my, what a day has it been. My day started out with a staff meeting, and then I had therapy, and then I watched some lives. Ellie, how are you? Boy, has it been a day. It has been just a glorious day in SPTV land, in my opinion. We have Orion here. He's making an appearance early on, feeling the love. How is everybody doing? I was saying I had a staff meeting earlier today, and then I had therapy, and that went well. I need to up my journaling. Running in circles today. Sometimes that can be fun. Sometimes it can be maddening. I hope it's more on the fun end of it, Ellie. Rubbing the dog. I was so thrilled to hear last night from Matthew. Hi, Danger Man 5. I'm not sure that you're really wanted here, but Ellie might know better. Just say no 2 days are the same on the YouTube streets. Yes, indeedy. This has been one of the better ones. It's just I said I had a staff meeting. I did, for like my actual job. I have an actual job. We have actual monthly staff meetings that are actually required attendance. Once a month. After the staff meeting, I had therapy. Then I watched some streams. And then, first thing in the morning, or last night, I heard that's what I was talking about. Oh, I'm not an ex Scientologist. I'm a never in. I was in a Scientology adjacent group, but I was never a Scientologist. I keep losing my place, y'all. I found out last night that DOA and Brain Fog had a conversation yesterday evening and had reconciled things, but I hadn't heard back. Hey, Maddie, how are you? Boy, it's been a day. So I knew that DOA and Brain Fog had resolved the difference they had, but I didn't still know if Brain Fog was going to come back. I hoped that she would, but I didn't know that for sure. And seeing her today, immediately after that live with Liz and Nora and Mitch, was the best cherry on top that I could ever have imagined. I mean, I have to hand it to Mitch. He tried. And while I still may have my reservations, hey, Jen, how are you? While I still may have my reservations about the man, I've got to give him kudos. It could not have been an easy thing to do, and I think he was actually trying. So that outcome, yeah, Maddie, it was an amazing day. It really was. Um there were parts between Mitch and Nora that were really hard to watch. And I was in Liz's. Yes, John, that's what I hope as well. That's what I hope as well. Thank you. I thought I was in Liz's chat, so I don't know how the other chats were. If any of you guys were in any of the other chats, let me know. Let me know what you thought about the other chats. I thought we had some people who were very vocal on one side or the other, but I thought overwhelmingly the chat was being supportive of, I mean, a theme I heard over and over again was this theme of these are three people who have all been traumatized in different ways. And that can be difficult to work out. But I also want to especially so with the thing between brain fog and DOA combined today with brain fog coming back, combined today with Mitch and Nora and Liz having this really productive chat, I feel really proud and humbled to be part of a community that really seems to try to put the pedal to the metal, put ethics into action. I think I'm really impressed with working to work through it and doing it openly. I think that it's really good demonstration and really good example to set. Mind Candy. Hey guys, have I been saying hi to everybody? I said hi to Ellie. It's good to see you. Hey Jen, I'm glad you're here. John, I'm really glad you're here. Mind Candy, I'm thrilled you're here. I do believe Mitch tried, but he's very self-serving and has promoted his book so much, made me ill. I was in Nora's and switched to Liz. The chat was the same, supportive. Good. I think he tried. I do think he was self-serving. I don't know. I get the impression he's sort of seeming desperate for money, is the definite impression I get. And how much that's accurate or not, I don't know. But I get the impression he seems desperate to sell the book. Yeah. You were in Nora's chat. Overall, it was very positive. Had a pretty decent issue with trolls, but the mods were super on top of it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Jen, we'll see you after the cup of coffee. Fuzzy, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Amy, I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. That sounds so adorable, being at her yoga and ballet class. You're glad you're here too. Thank you, John. It will be hard to see Mitch as in a better light. The first interview he did, I thought, this guy is pompous. Well, I'm not going to say the rest. He hasn't changed in anything I've watched of him since. I can see that, Maddie. I can see a place where this doesn't look like any progress and it looks like just the same self-serving. I am always an optimist about people, maybe to a fault. And I'm a trained mediator, so I know how hard it can be to get to the point that the two of them were in a conflicted conversation. And to do that publicly takes a lot. And so I at least respect him for, facing up and being a stand-up human. Yeah. It is exactly how Scientology does it, by the book. Yeah, I think one of the things that it's important to remember is that I think Mitch, as much as he tries to distance himself from Scientology, it feels to me like he hasn't been out very long. It feels to me like he's still kind of figuring out new words. There were a few times in that conversation between Mitch and Nora. I don't know if you guys caught it. There were a few times where the two of them went into speaking Scientologese together, and that was the points at which they communicated. They started to communicate really clearly together. They understood each other's language, whereas it felt like they weren't understanding each other's language until they could use the same words, which is one of the advantages of having a specialized vocabulary. I think it was useful in this instance. Red, hi, how are you? Hopefully he becomes more self-aware. I'm hopeful that he's willing to try. And Maddie, I'm extra hopeful if he's actually willing to and has a chance to meet up with Tori, because I think that the generational thing is real, and I think that Tori might have a good sense of how to knock some sense into him about it. Wendy, hi. It's a pleasure to have you here. Good day. So you're here. That's nice. Thank you. It was cringy when you saw him hawking his book at the Hollywood Org. Yeah, I've heard that was really, really cringy. Oh, Robert, you're so sweet. Carrying all her fans. Hi from North Georgia, Miss Sunrise Dawn. So I guess I've sort of said my piece. I am between brain fog and DOA and Mitch and Nora and Liz. I'm just deeply touched to be a small part of a community that's yeah, exactly, Mind Candy. Glad to be a small part of a community that really puts its beliefs into action. I think that's with compassion, right? And with brutal honesty and transparency. That's not a small thing. And it's, the other person who did it yesterday was Reese. Reese is beautifully transparent. It's so incredibly refreshing and such an excellent example. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. The interaction between Tommy and Reese when they worked through their issues and became stronger friends. Yes, I believe, John, that Mitch left Scientology through the pandemic, so it's not been long. Wasn't it awful, Mind Candy? That devastation was it. Yeah, the last couple of days have just been head splitters, and we're not even talking about the stuff that Aaron's been talking about, because I haven't even had a chance to watch Aaron. I've been so distracted with everything else. Sunrise Dawn, I was pleasantly surprised that Mitch and Nora were joking around by the end of the stream, and Liz did a great job mediating, didn't she? She did a really, really great job. She sure did. She sure did. Free range Thetans. There you go, Robert. Aaron has been on fire. He has. But what's he been talking about? I've only gotten snippets. So give us the news, John. Give us the news. The trolls have been out in force, really? Oh, and guess what else? This is the really cool thing, and I forgot to say a thing about it. Brain Fog promoted me to moderator, guys. I got a wrench. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I got a wrench. Lisa, I got your email. I'm working on it. Hopefully, I'll have a response to you tomorrow, okay? Liz doing a great job wasn't a surprise. No, they made an excellent choice asking her to help. And I think that given the circumstances, honestly, I think Mitch was incredibly kind and generous and willing to see Liz as a moderating force, to accept her as a neutral person. That was really a statement of how much he trusted her, because without that, I don't see, I mean, it would have been really a non-useful thing if but he had to believe that all of us know Liz and know that she would be fair and balanced and even-handed. But Mitch didn't necessarily know that, but he made it clear that he does know that by accepting Liz as the moderator. I hope I'm saying that clearly, y'all. I hope so. Maddie, I've lost the track. I don't know what you said. Really about brain fog? Yeah, brain fog made me moderator. Isn't that fun? Exactly. A wrench with Lisa, a wrench with brain fog. I hope you saw it. Okay, good about the email. Congrats on the wrench. I have professional mod training. I have professional mod training from the one and the only Ellie, who was in here earlier but may have taken off. But the one and only Ellie has been the amazing moderator training that I have, that even told you guys, remember always, you can click on the little 3 buttons next to your name and you can retract any comment that you make. So if you make a mistake and send a comment too fast or halfway through the typing of it, you can retract that comment. Doesn't work on Brain Fog because she uses a different system, but it works if you're just using YouTube or StreamYard. Aaron has been covering Brian Kent. Oh, that's right. Child USA and the literal years that Mike Rinder knew about what Kent was doing and the fact that nothing was done until Rabbit Stream on it. Yeah, that whole thing just confuses me. I can't, it literally doesn't make sense, which I guess is the literal problem. But yeah, I'm really confused about it, except to know that it was awful. Amy, Brain Fog is Mama Cat 1. Can somebody drop her link? She streams out of San Francisco. And she and DOA had an unfortunate incident together the night before last, and Brain Fog was very upset and was going to quit streaming and asked to be taken off the list. But she and DOA managed to get together yesterday afternoon and talk it all out and resolve it, which was amazing news in and of itself. But it was topped off by the fact that after I got off the live that Nora and Mitch and Liz were doing, Brain Fog was streaming live. So she had decided to come back. So it's been a really kind of lovely day. Congratulations on the wrench. Mandy wrenched me as punishment for your very helpful suggestions on her interior design. Okay, so I am warned, John, and I'm not looking for any suggestions right now because I know it's a disaster. It's what it is. It's what it is. Plus mediator real life training. Yes, I do. I do have the real life training as a mediator. It does come in handy, that mediator facilitator thing, and I kind of come naturally to it as well. You just hover over my message on the iPhone and then it says delete. Yes, you hit the little 3 buttons next to your message, Love Maddie. It's the greatest thing ever. I learned that from Miss Queen of the Moderators, Ellie. Liz is out protesting with DOA in Sacramento. I know I saw that earlier today. I watched her stream for a little while. It was really, really wonderful to see her, especially after, was it yesterday morning? Was it just yesterday morning? I can't believe she's out there so quick. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Even it was the day before yesterday. The days are getting away from me. Yeah, why there had been a 2-year delay, it is really outrageous. It makes literally no sense to me, Lisa. As far as anyone can tell, it's because it was made public. Okay. Oh yeah, Liz has been awesome. It's been amazing. Her channel name is Brain Fog ... I think. I can find it. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Hold on. I can do it this way. There you go, guys. That is Brain Fog's channel. I have a very good idea why she was so upset with DOA. And what I will say about that is her heart was very much in the right place. She was mistaken about details and context. I hope that's sufficient. Yeah, she's done a great job. I've really enjoyed it. Paolo, hola. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Mandy, I've been talking about that. Has it not been insane? Has it not been insane? Yesterday was wild enough. Today has been nuts. Tell me what your wild was. Was it the same as ours? Okay, so wow, John, I like your summarizing skills. In summary, Kent started a sexual relationship with someone who came to Child USA to try and sue Sciento. When the victim told her friend Rinder about it, he seemingly did nothing. When the victim told her friend Rinder about it, he seemingly did nothing until recently. Yes, Sunrise Dawn. Hey, Lori. It's good to see you. It was good to see you earlier in Brain Fog's chat. I was so happy to see her online today. I've been raving about it to everybody ever since. And I was so excited that she gave me a wrench. It's been so much fun. Lisa, 100 years ago, you used to do conflict resolution with organizations and groups. Was glad for the Nora Mitch Liz show. They did great. Didn't they do wonderfully? I had notes. I had notes, but for Liz's level of experience doing that and the passion that that Mitch and Nora were bringing, and the fact that they were doing it live online to the world, my notes pale. It was an amazing outcome. And I will keep saying it. I am proud to be a small part of a community that walks their talk. I really am. This is an example of it. Brain Fog and DOA is an example of it. Reese and Tommy were an example of it. It keeps happening, and I'm really impressed with people's ability to get in the trenches and be frank with each other and do it respectfully in a way that heals division. Hopefully. Fucking overturn of Harvey Weinstein. I'm not sure what you mean, Mandy. I missed it. I've been focused on other things today. Forgive me. Yes, he was, Mandy. He was. What? Wait, what? Okay, Mandy, I did not hear that. How did that happen? You were subscribed to Brain Fog? That's great, Lisa. Hola, minha querido. My stomach hurts every time I think about him, too. That's why I was confused. Yes, you did curse him. You cursed me, too, though. Don't I have a wrench on your channel, Mandy? Sunrise, dawn, personal responsibilities always come first. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Nora, it has been one hell of a day. Girl, you win the award for I'm so impressed. I don't know if you heard me earlier. I I have I am so humbled and pleased and proud to be a small part of a community of people that really do their best to walk their talk. And you guys were an example of that today. And Brain Fog and DOA were an example of that yesterday. People are just doing it all the time and showing up and doing the hard work and making themselves an example in real life in real time, and I'm just so impressed and pleased. Yes, there you go, Sunrise Dawn. That's another excellent example of adults working it out. Was when Laura and Mike Brown hashed it out. You are absolutely right. I had forgotten that one. I mean, I hadn't forgotten it, but you know what I mean, forgotten it. Yep, Mind Candy right there, exactly. Are you a mod over on Mandy's channel too, Sunrise Dawn? Maybe I haven't noticed. Adulting Awards all. Exactly. Exactly. Adulting Awards all. We're all doing a great job. I'm so impressed with everybody and not only that, but holding each other accountable and holding space, listening to the mods in the chat, listening to the mods in the chat. I mean, Dylan and Sunrise Dawn, you guys are so amazing and doing the hard work, keeping people calm, timing people out. I mean, that's the hard behind the scenes work that really, I mean, thank you guys. Thank you. It's really amazing. Laura and Mike's videos were painful and wonderful. I have nothing but respect for both of them. Yes, exactly. The Mind Candy says, ditto what Carrie is saying, Nora. Yes. Hugs. Oh no, Nora. Great effort. Effort. Yes, it does. Apparently, we're all cursed, Mandy. Much loves to the mods. No, I watched you guys, Sunrise. I watched you in Liz's stream, and I expect in Nora's stream the mods in there were doing a great job too. Yes, the support teams. Yes, mods everywhere. I'm now a mod, Red. Did you hear? Well, I was a mod before. I was a mod in Mandy's stream, but now I'm a double mod. Mods everywhere. I didn't expect to become a moderator when I started down this stream, but it does seem fun. It was fun welcoming people into Brain Fog's chat today. Yeah. So spreading love to all the mods. Yes, they did an amazing job. And even, you know, letting people have chances, letting people talk, getting rid of people when it was enough. I know that that is all, and that was how many people were watching that live across all 3 streams? More than 1,000 people. With great wrench becomes great responsibility. Indeed, Fuzzy, my fellow Lord, we're all like entangled moderators. Red is an amazing mod. I know. Thank you to the support teams. So I want to get back to this Harvey Weinstein's overturned conviction. You hadn't known what a mod was until a couple of weeks ago? Really, Amy? Yeah, they're the best. The mods are the best. Yes, we are. But I thought I was an auntie, Fuzzy. Hey, Susan, how are you? We're just talking about how we're the moderators. We're all related one way or another. Fuzzy and I are now wrench sisters. Rabbit just went live about Harvey. Oh my goodness gracious. If you guys want to run over there, I'll totally understand. Do you guys want to run over to Rabbit? Okay, Lori. Okay, Sunrise Dawn. Y'all are sweet. Aw, y'all are sweet. I would totally understand if you wanted that. Excuse me for a moment. It doesn't help that my mouth is... Nope, you're here, Susan. You're here right on time. We are just talking about how much of a ride it has been today. My goodness gracious. We left off last night not knowing if brain fog was going to come back. And now not only has she come back, you need a relaxing stream, you're moderating the stream, Sunrise Dawn. But I tend to not try to not bring the conflict. There is that. Sorry about the mint in my mouth. If the meds didn't make my mouth dry enough, getting high makes it even drier. Amy, give me just a second. That should be it. Yeah. I tend to kick people out if they don't behave in my living room. I mean, I want you guys to like take off your shoes and feel comfortable. And if there's a bunch of fucking mosquitoes out there, three other streams you could be modding right now, but you're staying here. I think you have done your moderating duty today. Mine Kenny, you don't get a high from cannabis. You get all the pain relief though. That's really cool. That's really cool. I I get different highs based on how I take it. And today I am, like most days, I am smoking, and I am smoking with the intention of getting a little high, because it has been a day. You got it, Amy? Your body doesn't metabolize the THC. Interesting. Interesting. You're working on something for Jay? Very cool, Jen. That will be nice. I'm sure he'll enjoy it. I spent some time watching Matthew today. I want to talk about I'd like to see about starting to bring down some granola bars or Slim Jims or something that's not going to break my bank, to bring down with me to pass out to the homeless folks who walk by. And it's got to be something small that'll fit into like a backpack that I can just hold on to. I'm not quite sure what the logistics are for me doing that, going down there by myself. But after watching Jay today, I kind of feel like it would be a nice thing to do for when I go down there. So we will see. No. The Jen we're referring to, Lori, Pup Groomer 20 is Jen. So there's Jen Wow, and then there's Pup Groomer, whose name is Jen, who many of us call Pup Groomer and Jen interchangeably. Sorry about that. You're thinking a TV tray and a chair? Great idea about the snacks? Yeah. Yes, I'm sorry, Lori. We start to assume everybody knows, and then every once in so often somebody's like, "Where's Jen?" No, you're not blocked. You're not blocked. It's all good. It's all good. So does anybody know the details of how this conviction was overturned, or anything else that's interesting to talk about today? No hand cramp. How about that mistake that Liz had calling Alex the R word? Was that not just? And then Alex's comment, "You're very welcome, Nora." You're very welcome. We're really, really an amazing example, and we're honored to support you guys. It took a lot of chutzpah to do what you did, and my hats are off to you. Yeah, we call you Jen when you're the only one in the chat, and Pup when you're not solo. Exactly. It was. Is there something else I can help with? Siri keeps trying to talk to me. Sunrise Dawn, I have to train myself to not do that, because so often I want to spurt out your real name, and I have other people who I know their real name, and I'm not sure if their real name is open knowledge, and so they get tied up in my head together, and I have to remember who to call who by. This name thing is an interesting thing, which is why, of course, another reason, Nora, if you're still here, I really do not understand everybody's upset about what frickin' name that you had when you went into the damn server where nobody has their own goddamn name anyhow. There, I said it. Sorry, I don't. Do y'all get that? I don't get that. I don't get that. Mike, hi. How are you?
Hi there. I'm pretty good. Thanks.
You guys see, Siri just starts talking to me for no reason. Oregon Valley girl, great job, Nora. I stayed out of chat. It was going by at the speed of light, wasn't it? It was fast. Degraded daughter, well, hi. You're very welcome here. Thank you for the subscription. We're just talking about how much of a day it was and how pleased I am and some of the rest of us are to be part of a community that really walks its talk. It's impressive. It's been a day. It's been a day. Nora, you earned even more respect today. Yeah, and she already had all the respect. Already had all the respect. Hi, Alicia. Indeed. Indeed, Alicia. A great example today. I wish my group could do this. Exactly, Amy. Wasn't it great? Built like a dude from 20 years of wrestling dogs, but all woman. Indeed, pup groomer. Some of the creators you mind for Siri. Right, Siri? Live. I'm live, Siri. Just quit interrupting me. Some of the creators you mod for have said, I'm still calling you Dawn. It's weird not to. I mean, I don't know if you're cool with your real name slipping out, Dawn, so I don't use it. I made the mistake just recently of letting somebody's name slip out that I don't know if they're okay with their real name being out. So I'm trying to be really careful about it. But for somebody who can't keep the names of their children straight from the names of their pets, this is iffy territory for me. Rika, no, I think we're just rehashing it the second time around. It has been a day, has it not? Has it not? You guys are hilarious, or you guys are hilarious, or Siri is jealous. She is kind of a creepy stalker who is jealous. Exactly, hi Rika. Is she not degraded daughter? Isn't she really everywhere? I see her everywhere. It's the best. It's the best. Okay, you're driving to pick up food, but you're listening. So we were just going over all this stuff today. You hear that a lot, Sunrise Dawn? I bet you do. I bet you do. Wonder Woman of Wrenches, Sunrise Dawn. Indeed, she is. Oh, Liz. No, it was I know you it was I know, sweetie. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make fun of you at all. I know I could see on your face how incredibly appalled you were. And everything I, I am hopeful that Alex will find the humor in it as well that I was finding it. I was not trying to laugh at your expense, dear. I really hope that I didn't give you that impression at all. I think that it was an honest mistake, but I think that in the tension of everything, it was also a good way to relieve tension, or became a good way to relieve tension. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I'm probably putting my foot in my mouth now. I'll stop talking now. I'll stop talking. Liz did awesome today. Exactly, she did. Exactly, she did. Liz did amazing. Paolo, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. You didn't hide your name because you have it on some of your hoodies for the shop and film your grooming, so there was no point. That makes sense, Jen. That makes a lot of sense. You are so welcome, Sunrise Dawn. Liz Gale, don't worry about it with Alex. You did a great job. I really agree, Liz. I hope I didn't put my foot on it. We thought it was funny. We knew you didn't mean to. Exactly. Exactly. No, it's silly and he's forgiving. I just think it was the worst. It was the worst comment ever. It really was. But it was also the worst timing ever. And your face said it. Your face, dear, said it all. It was clear to everybody that you were just mortified. So the situation is just incredibly awkward and humorous and could be in a movie. It is so just out of left field. It was great. You didn't catch what happened with Alex? It was then it must have been. I hope he isn't upset at Liz. I didn't get the impression that he was upset at Liz, Alicia. Please tell me if I'm saying your name wrong. I think it's Alicia. It was good. Liz does rock. Okay, good, Liz. I'm really glad. I know it was clear you were mortified. And I want to tell you, I don't know if you saw my comment. I'm a trained mediator and facilitator, and as somebody who's never done that, I have to say I said this earlier, I could probably make notes, but the fact that you did it in front of thousands, hundreds of people, honey, I have no notes. My notes pale in comparison. You did outstanding, and the results were better than I expected when I walked in. I'm just really, really pleased. Mitch did hold his own, and I think that I'm really hopeful, and I've said this earlier, I'm really hopeful that Mitch and Tori have a chance to get together, because I think there is some generational stuff going on, and I think Mitch might have something to learn from Tori. I think sometimes when you're modding, you don't catch everything that happens on screen. I can understand that. It is difficult for me to watch everything on screen and listen to what's going on, and you've got to pay attention to the screen, not the video. I'm bad at these kids. They're an example of how to sit down at the table and hash it out, even after huge abuse, neglect, programming, learning and loving it all. Indeed. Liz and Nora, if you guys are still here, the other examples that we were giving that were so impressive were when Mike and Lara sat down together. That was another, you guys just, I think the naked honesty that you guys are somewhat accustomed to having, tempered with compassion, makes a difference in your communication. And I also, if either of you are still here, as a linguist, I noticed something. There were a couple of moments where Nora, you and Mitch started almost talking Scientologies to each other. You started using Scientology terminology rather. And it felt like that was one of the key points where you started understanding what was going on with each other. And I'm really curious from your perspective if that language shift helped at all. You were listening while you were working. It was an excellent stream. It was an excellent stream, Jen. It was an adult, mature thing to do. Proud of all three. I am proud to be a small part of this community. Yes, indeed. Oh, you'd like to take my notes, Liz? I'm happy to give them, but I really think you were really great. It was well done and really a better outcome than I could have imagined. Especially at the points, I mean, it's Nora and Mitch were both bringing so much passion to the subject that it was really brave of you to just use the mute button and be like a mom, and sometimes that's what it takes, and not everyone has the ability to do that. So you did really, really great. You did do great, Liz. Phenomenal, Mike Brown and Lara. It was healing and cathartic. Yes, indeed. It was healing and cathartic. When it's a charged topic like it was today, I'm even more likely to miss what's being said on screen, especially if the chat is getting rowdy. Liz, you did do amazing. You did. You really kept it on subject, and there were several times that you summarized really well. And I think there were points at where you said you thought that maybe it was overstepping to say something, but I think that what you were doing was facilitating better communication. The chat was very rowdy. All three on the screen deserve all the kudos. Indeed. Indeed. The chat was really rowdy. And I said earlier also that I think that it showed a great deal of trust and honoring. It took, on behalf of Mitch, it took a great deal of trust and honoring for Mitch to come on with the two of you, because I can see a perspective whereby Mitch would have thought, Liz, that you would take sides. I could just see that perspective. And so I think it took a lot for him to come on. I could be wrong, but that's just me viewing it from the outside. Maybe next time you can even be better. You will be better next time. It's an experience and practice thing. And you go back and you look at it and you go, okay, could I have said this here? Could I have said that there? What could have helped? And everybody's got their own style. It's like dancing, Liz. It's kind of like dancing. And in some ways, it's like being a dance teacher. Alicia says, I left a nice comment in regards to Mitch and someone didn't like it. It's okay. I think Mitch communicates differently, and so he doesn't always get his actual point across. Yes, I think that exactly too, degraded daughter. I think that exactly too. I think he gets distracted somewhat like I do. I think he gets distracted in another story inside of a story and forgets what he was trying to communicate and doesn't quite make it back to it, and then gets fired up about another thing. Yeah. I'm sure he does have lots of stories to tell. And I think what Nora said is really, really vitally important, which is to um for him to tell those stories, to not just say it's in a book, but to share these stories and like 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 Tori does. He's got great stories, so share them, but share them in a way that doesn't he has a way of coming off as pompous, and I'm not sure what that's about, but I think that that's the thing that's grating on folks is he has this way of coming off as pompous, and I think it's something that he fights against, but I can't put a finger on what it is. Maybe you guys can. Lisa, I hope people who watched can see that it is a worthwhile endeavor to have such conversations, to expect forward movement and not just put one party down. Me too, Lisa, with all my heart. With all my heart. And yes, thank you to Nora for saying that to Mitch. Exactly. Exactly that. And Red, I think there is a generational thing going on, which is part of the reason that I'm really thrilled at the idea that he's considering talking to Tori, and the fact that he's considering doing he's like, well, I've been telling them to don't protest here and they haven't gone. And we're like, then go, Mitch, just go do it. I think he feels like he needs people to do it with, and I think that he's felt held back because he's felt ostracized, is my guess. Thank you to Nora for saying that to Mitch. Exactly. I was pleasantly surprised that Mitch was even willing to have the conversation. Right, Z News? Yeah, exactly. It showed humility indeed. And that was the word I was looking for earlier. It showed humility on his part that he was willing to take Liz as a moderator. Not that Liz isn't great as a moderator, but most people would assume, I can see from Mitch's perspective how he would assume that Liz wouldn't be a good choice. And I was concerned that Mitch would be obtuse about it, but it turned out really, really well. Oh, Mind Candy, you're really, really welcome. I'm glad it's helping everybody to decompress. I'm really I'm I'm really glad that I found all of you, and I'm glad all of you are here with me. It's it's pretty amazing to watch and to be a part of. And I'm thankful for every one of you who spends time with me. It's really nice. You bet if he put it out on his channel, someone in his area would be willing to protest with him. I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. And maybe he just goes down there with his iPhone. I think Mitch and Streets might not. I'm just saying that might be a risky and ambitious combination off the start. Maybe. I don't know, but it's possible. Hold on a second, y'all. Sorry, guys. Hubby is taking off to the wild Netherlands for the evening, and we needed to figure out dinner. Mitch and Streets together would be an entertaining train wreck. You were just thinking, but it would be funny. It would be something. It would certainly be something, but Streets might be able to handle them. I don't know. I'm more concerned that if Mitch could take Streets, that's my concern there. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that Mitch is now I can't remember what I was going to say. I think that Mitch is a little emotionally sensitive. They would both learn something about each other. Rika, what'd you get for dinner? I think we're having frozen lasagna tonight. I also think that a lot of our gents from the land of don't ask, don't tell 60s aren't accustomed to thinking about the feelings thingy. Yes, therefore a generational thing. I think it's the men that have that problem, not so much Tori, as you've noticed. But yes, I think a lot of the men have this problem. Train wrecked. You're not interested in anything, Mitch, Lori? I get it. Like I said, I think he has a tendency to come off as really, really pompous. I think he would come off as really, I think he has a tendency to come off as really pompous. I think that he doesn't like that that's the way he comes across, but I'm not sure what could change it. Train wreck, to say the least. I can see the facial expressions that Streets would be giving us in the chat simply from the storytelling. Exactly. You got pho? Nice. That sounds lovely. I think we're having Costco lasagna. Streets doesn't sugarcoat anything and would tell Mitch exactly what he thinks. And they are all white men. Yes, exactly, Rika. Exactly. So, again, it's been a day. DOA and brain fog buried the hatchet. Nora and Liz and Mitch have forged an understanding. You streets taking off in a scooter, not having time to deal with this guy. Exactly, y'all. Y'all are cracking me up. Sorry, the puppy is over here trying to hump his snuffle mat. We are good, Don. We will see you later, girl. So, what else happened today, guys? Apparently, Harvey Weinstein's might make pasta and enjoy pear cider. That sounds really great. You sighed a lot. There you go. Mr. Good is not rude. No, he is not. He is not. So, come on, guys, tell me what else news we had today. We had all kinds of good news yesterday. You're having breakfast for dinner? Scrambled eggs and pancakes, or just scrambled eggs, Red? Indeed. I don't know how she has all her time. Dawn is amazing. Princess moderator. She is the best. But of course, we all need princess moderator hats. Y'all on the Steve-O changed the time on you? I know Liz was out protesting. An omelet? That sounds lovely. Ham and cheese? Denver? I know Liz was out protesting. She did a great job. I watched her. I watched Matthew for a little while. That was fun. And then I just got all caught up in Mitch and Nora and Jen. We're gonna have a crying avocado and mushrooms. Nice. Isn't Matthew sweet? He really is a sweetie. I really like him, Susan. I'm feeling like I need to start bringing granola bars down with me. Jen, I'm happy you got to spend time with them. I'm happy you got to spend time with her. How often does she come? Love to all the Janes. Indeed, Red. Indeed. I'm glad you got to spend time with her, Jen. That's amazing. Yep, 111's for pup. We don't know how much longer she has, so Dad let her hang out with me and the kids longer today. Been grooming her for years. Nice. It has been a week of doggy issues, I think. Maybe it's just Liz's, but I think maybe we were talking doggy deaths. I don't know. Something feels like it's been a lot of pets passing lately. Maybe I'm just more noticing it. Yeah. One's for Jen. One's for Jen. I gotta work tomorrow, guys. I do not like working. I mean, my job, I can't complain about my job. Fur hugs, indeed. Oh my goodness, Dawn, I'm sorry that he had a seizure. They would be terrifying. They would be terrifying. Yeah, Alicia. That's right, Lori, you're at work now. So I've got to work tomorrow. I don't wanna. I don't wanna go to work. I should have done homework today, and I spent all day paying attention to Scientology stuff. which is okay. Trying to figure out. You should have married better. Marry for money, not love, is what my mother told me. There's been so much heaviness lately. I know you're kidding, Lori. Caro syrup to put in his mouth? That's interesting, Susan. Sometimes it's hard. I understand. I don't love what I do, but that doesn't mean I don't grow attached. That doesn't mean I don't grow attached and feel a sense of loss when they're not with me anymore. It's hard. It just happened recently that I had um, somebody I serve uh, who's not with me anymore for various reasons. And it's hard. Married for love. Yeah, see how far that's. Come here, puppy. People want to see you. They were going to be excited that you were up on my lap. And now you be jumping off. Come here. Come here, puppy. You were just up here. Totally understand. It's do what you do with love, and that's totally understandable. Yes. Yes. He was up here for just a second. Come here, Pup Up. At work, you recently joked about something naughty, but it has a nice ring to it. Totally inappropriate, though. Come on. Come on. My goodness gracious, we have to be bribed today. We have to be bribed. Come on. Whoopsie. Come on. Come here. He doesn't want anything to do with something. He's being silly. Working with animals in any capacity is always out of love, kindness, and compassion because it is not lucrative. Exactly. Come on, Ryan. We were talking yesterday about Bambino, right? Liz's dog, Bambino, and how sad that was. Married a. Instead of being at work. Exactly. Well, you know what? My hubby went and bought a sailboat. Yeah. We'll see how long that lasts. No, it'll probably last. He really wanted the sailboat. I'm not going to throw it out there again. You're going to have to come up here. Good, Jen. You deserve that. After the standard poodle yesterday and this one today, you're just relaxing mentally. Good. Good. That's really good to hear. I'm glad about that. Indeed. I was going to show Orion off, guys, but I can't. Come on. Oh, see, now Orion will come up. You know how come Orion came up right now? Come here. Come. Okay. He doesn't want to look at the camera, you guys. He's like totally afraid of the camera. Calling the cat, yo. Animal work is a different type of tired. Yes. Here she comes. Here he comes. There we go. There he is, y'all. Can you guys hear him purring today? Kitty cat time. You can hear him, Retired Red? Good. Okay, that's enough. Always have to remind my clients that I'm a wife and mother first and foremost, then a grooming business. My family life comes first. Exactly. Exactly. He is a good kitty, yes. Okay, that's enough. Boundaries are essential. You have a bag of potting soil next to your fence. A bird built a nest in it, and your dog goes out and looks through the fence, waiting for him to fly out. Really, Susan? Wow. Big person licks. Yes, he will give him a minute and he will put his paw up. He will grab, he's going to see, watch. Big person licks. I must submit to the grooming or else. I must submit to the grooming at least twice a day. At least twice a day. So how's everybody feeling? The pup jumps high when the bird does because it scares him. Wow. They love us. Bird built a nest in it, and the dog goes out and looks at the fence, waiting on him for it to fly out, and then he jumps high when the bird does because it scares him. That's so funny. That's so funny, Susan. He never bites hard, Oregon Valley girl. He never bites hard. He's always gentle. Although I've never pushed it beyond that stage because I value my nose. So I always pull away after he starts biting. Yes, love bites. He does it on my hands too. But never hard. Never hard. Poor Orion is sulking now. You didn't want the attention, Bubba. You didn't want the attention. Yeah, they're mostly love bites. So how's everybody feeling? Yeah, he's a sweet boy. Orion, what's this? Hey, Orion. Orion. Hey, Orion. What's this? There we go. Hey, puppy. I'm not going to start it. He is handsome. Yes, he is handsome, Jen. You want to get another look at him? There we go. Jen, I have to keep him shaved because his coat is so fine that it will mat overnight. It turns into a matted mess. Unless I were to comb him like 30 minutes a day, and I don't think he'd submit to that. So we keep him shaved. And that I do myself because they want several $100s to shave a cat. So I've managed to figure out how to do it myself. Your stuffed sea otter loves you at the moment because the wild one needs to be independent of human interaction. He is super soft though, so you appreciate the tension. Yeah, and that nice soft attention is nice. Poor Ryan is all upset because he doesn't get to be up on my lap. You didn't catch the live, Red? Yeah, I'm really happy there's peace. You wish you could groom cats? Yeah, we're lucky to have grooming services, but to get him shaved regularly would cost us a house payment. Practically. So I bought clippers and taught myself, and he's very happy to be shaved now. So I do it slowly. It might take a day or two, little by little, so he doesn't get upset, but I've got the leisure of being able to doing that. He looks a little wonky at first. And he doesn't look great. I don't do a perfectly, I'm not doing a great job. He's got lines, he's not all one length. It wouldn't count as a grooming at a groomer I paid. But it cost me the cost of the pair of clippers, and really his hair is so freaking fine that there would be no way. There would be no way. So how are you guys are feeling good? You said you didn't catch the live, but you're happy there's peace with the creators. Yeah, he feels so much better with that coat off of him. He really likes to be shaved now, so it makes it easy. Oh, cat scratch fever. So tell me what happened with cat scratch fever, Jen. It seems so expensive. You brought clippers, scissor kit for your future doggo. I hope you become competent. It takes being first it's like it's socializing the animals. So just like you wash a kid's hair and get them socialized to be, to wiping their butt, and you teach them how to do all those things, you have to Um, Start clipping your dog's nails when they're a puppy and make it a regular part, inspecting their feet a regular part of your day. And then it makes it a whole lot easier when it comes to nail clipping. I just have to be firm with Orion and not hurt him, but not give in to him pulling away from me, right? Because he's not going to hurt himself for the most part. I mean, I don't struggle, and all I'm talking about is doing his nails, but it really, the biggest thing is to get them accustomed to it by handling their feet and using the clipper on a regular basis. That is the biggest trick. When are you hoping to get your dog, Lisa? Dawn, I'm so happy. Kevin took his tube out himself. That's amazing. That's just amazing. Happy news. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm sorry about that, Lori. That's really hard. That's really hard. You were bitten 17 years ago, and in less than 18 hours, you had a streak from your lower forearm up and around to the front of your collarbone. Oh my goodness gracious, Jen. Is that why part of the reason everybody knew to um, send Barb to the hospital when she got scratched from the cat? Yeah, the daily training thing is really important. You just got to get them used to the clippers like they're not a big deal, and get them used to doing the clipping like it's not a big deal. That's the biggest thing. So then you don't have a struggle. Then you don't have a struggle. From your mom. We just talked to Barry, and he said Kevin was doing good with the tube out. He pulled it out himself. He said he felt like it was smothering. Yeah, my grandma used to get intubated, and she hated it. She hated it. She said it was the worst feeling in the world. Oh, really, Jen? 10 to 12% of the world's population is highly sensitive to bacteria cats can carry and can turn septic extra fast. And yeah, that's why you knew to warn Barb. Okay. Okay. Doggo adoption will come when you're able to travel again. Not sure how much longer your recovery will be. You're optimistic and realistic. Long COVID. I don't know what ME and CFS are. I feel like I should. Chronic fatigue syndrome and ME. You have a friend who's gotten cat scratch fever? Wow. There is a Ted Nugent song about it. Indeed, there is. Indeed, there is. Guys, I saw in the stats that I'm at 2,100 hours today. So that's 900 hours till we're monetized. We've got enough people. And the thing I'm really excited about Chronic fatigue syndrome, yeah. And ME is chronic fatigue syndrome. Yep, cat scratch fever. New name for the same thing. Okay. Okay. I forgot what I was saying again, guys. Went out of my head. I should do more. I'm not sure if I should do more streams while I'm high or do fewer streams while I'm high. Gotta go mod for Steve-O now. Have a great night, Sunrise Dawn. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Night, Oregon Valley girl. Thank you for putting me on roll. I appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Once you have it one time, it's easier to get it when exposed again. Wow. 900 hours, exactly. That's what I was talking about. 900 hours. So once we get the 900 hours in, we'll see you later, Sunrise. Once we get the sorry about that, guys. I don't know why anything did that. Once any one of us Portland folks gets monetized, I want to get Portland Squirrel Squad merch. So that's what I want to do once we're monetized, is get Portland Squirrel Squad merch. I think it would be fun. I want to have a Portland Squirrel Squad zip hoodie. That's what I want. Yeah, I didn't know that people could be that susceptible. I didn't know that it affected that much of the population. I didn't even really know it was a real thing, Jen. I mean, I guess I did after the dust up with Barb, but I hadn't made the connection that that was with you. $456 subs and 334.5 hours. That's great, Jen. Portland Squirrel Squad merch. 456 subs. So you can, it takes 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours to get super chats and memberships and to get super chats and memberships and merch. So you're almost at enough subs. You just got to work on the hours, and you'll go down to Vegas and get some good clips. And if I did more clips, I would get more watch hours, because the most watched of my videos are the short clips. So if I'd take my long streams and turn them into shorter clips, I would get more watch hours quicker. So I downloaded my last two streams yesterday, and we will see if I get to putting those together. I've got a bunch of reading and homework to do for class next week. I will be so happy to be off this treadmill of class. But what am I training to be? I'm training to be a teacher. And you know what's going to happen when I'm a teacher? I'm going to be on the same treadmill of a class, just in a different role. So I guess I better get used to it. Quit railing against it and roll with the flow. Hey, Pamela, how are you doing? How was your day? It was a day, wasn't it? It was a day. I think that we're all starting to calm down. The chat seems to be calming down. Y'all seem to have less to say. Yeah, it's what I need to do. It's what I need to do. It's pulling teeth for me to go through and edit myself. It's never been something I've been comfortable with. What's for dinner, Pamela? Teachers are awesome. Thank you, Red. Thank you. You got back? Where'd you go, Robert? What's for dinner tonight? Exactly, Jen. You don't get near as much watch time because you don't get the chance to protest like we do. Most of your subs are for the protest materials, but you're making upward progress. Yes, and I think all of us could do a better job of telling people, Susan, can you do this? If you're not subscribed to Pup Groomer 20, please, Susan will drop her channel in the chat and please go and subscribe to her channel. Please. What kind of teacher am I planning to be, Lisa? I will be a English as a second language teacher. So I'll teach English to speakers of other languages. I will be TESOL certified. I'll have my master's in teaching English as a second language, or master's in teaching English to speakers of other languages. They're very specific acronyms for very specific, it's all very technical. I mean, it is all about language, right? So, that's what I'll be. How that's going to work out, I am not entirely sure, but that's what I'm going to be doing. Salmon, broccoli, and egg noodles. That sounds lovely, Pamela. That sounds lovely. You don't know how yet? Okay, Susan, go up to Pup Groomer's name and never mind, I can do it. You had chicken and pepper sandwich. She's leaving at 5 a.m. Your sister's finally leaving? Did she leave you a freezer full of food? So go subscribe to Pup Groomer 20 if you're not already subscribed. Susan, no worries. I just did it with my phone. Okay, guys, here's the first Minnesota goodbye. I am starting to peter out. Boy, it was some day today, wasn't it? It was some day today. It was fun having Alicia and Liz and Nora here in the chat. I enjoyed that. Susan, I don't mean to have that I don't know how to yet highlighted. I don't know why that happened that way. I'm sorry. Chicken and peppers sandwich. It is getting late in your neck of the woods, isn't it? Especially for someone who has to be up at 5 a.m. You guys have gone quiet on me. I know it is time for the Minnesota goodbyes read because my mind is not connecting with what I did, what I had up there, unless it was that it was rude of me to have it up there, which it was. You had a yucky frozen thing you had to have power add cheese to. Susan, yeah, it's not a big deal. I I don't want you to think that it's a problem. I found that um when I was on Brain Fog's stream earlier tonight, she had much more going on than I was used to, and Fluffer was really good at dropping in notifications to like and subscribe and dropping in notifications to like and subscribe and links to other channels and all kinds of other stuff, and I felt completely overwhelmed. You wrote you had a yucky frozen thing test you had to power add cheese to. Did I misunderstand it? You just ate so you're happy? You're craving sugar all the time? That's not fun, Lori. I've been having a little bit of that problem. I have gotten seriously addicted to the new Ben and Jerry's flavor, Churray for Churros. Oh my goodness. The word test, where did it come from? I don't know where did it come from, Lori. Did it get added in there by accident? You've tasted the Churray for Churros flavor, Lori? Is it not the most? I am. Cherry Garcia used to be my favorite flavor of theirs, and I love. You can copy and paste them to Word or your notes app to use later. Okay, I will do that, Red. That'll help. That'll help. Dawn, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Sausage fingers add on? Exactly, Lori. You have a problem with ice cream? There's only 2 flavors you don't like? What flavors don't you like? How's it going, Dawn? How was your day? 45 minutes for a 19-mile drive. My goodness gracious. It must be nice to be home. Bubblegum and Tiger Tail. What flavor is Tiger Tail? Bubblegum ice cream I loved as a kid. I'm not so keen on anymore, although I will take me some cotton candy ice cream. Well, there must be something you love about it. Although I don't know, we lived in Seattle and it could take 45 minutes to go 20 miles where we lived in Seattle. It can get bad up there too, and in Portland we're easier. Canadian black licorice with orange. Yuck. Yuck. See, I can't eat black walnut ice cream. I don't like. I mean, I like most any kind of ice cream, but there are ice creams I prefer over others. Exactly, Lori. Exactly. Dawn, there's got to be something out there in Southern California that's worth being there for. Not just the job, I hope. Interesting, Dawn says. Exactly, Dawn. Interesting flavor combination. Tiger Tail ice cream. I have never, ever heard of that. First time. So, Dawn, what did you think of the happenings today? An Ontario thing? It's where you were born and where most of your people are. Well, that's a mighty fine, really good, excellent reason to stay there, Dawn. It's hard to leave your people. That's for sure. You're in Alberta. There you go. My mouth's getting dry again. Well, there were a lot of happenings today. There was the space with Nora and Mitch and Liz and how impressive that was. And there was brain fog. Yeah, we haven't really addressed that yet, Dawn. Maybe you can fill us in. There was brain fog coming back online to protest today. So, right after Nora and Liz and Mitch's stream ended, I went over to Brain Fog, found Brain Fog streaming, which we didn't think would happen, and found out I'm a moderator there. Liz was an amazing moderator. Liz, Nora, Mitch was hard in the middle, Dawn. It was hard in the middle. But Liz was an amazing moderator. Liz and Nora and Alicia were in here earlier, and we gave and sang them all the praises for the amazing example they've set and how brave it was of them to do what they did. It was pretty amazing. I'm a moderator in Brain Fog's channel now. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I had mentioned a while ago that she could make me a moderator, but she hadn't done it. And then last night we didn't even think she was going to come back. So it's really nice to have her Um, it's really nice to have her back and to see her and DOA work out their difference was amazing. And then, yes, Pamela, that was just amazing. And so quickly after what happened with Bambino, I was so thrilled to see her out and doing so well. But First Coffee made an executive decision. What about Dawn? I missed Susie. Tell me, do tell. Liz was amazing at the Sacramento org. It really hurt my heart. I was so happy last night when we ended with Matthew coming in to announce that she and DOA had a discussion. And I finally got to watch it this morning and it was great. Made me really happy, but I still didn't know if brain fog was going to come back. So to see her after that stream with Nora and Mitch and Liz was just really, really the cherry on top of a um, very nice day. Very nice day. Oh, that's what you mean. Susie made an executive decision. Good for Susie. Good for Susie. Sometimes that's what's needed to happen. Yeah, wasn't it? It was really I'm just, and again back to Lara and Mike Brown and their conversation. It was just the most interesting thing. The most interesting thing. Oh, did you get the wrench too, Susan? You guys are hilarious. This is just where all the mods hang out. It's where you come to hang out with all the mods. This is it's not the Denny's, it's the corner bar. Where you come for a drink after work. Corner bar with couches and footstools. Susan, you're a girl. Please. You're a great mod already. Yeah, exactly, Lori. Kind of like that, but even more comfy. Like with club chairs and comfy sofas and, you know, carpet and drapes. The Chill with Carrie Ann show. There you go. I love hanging out with Cricket's group at night. I just can't stay awake that late, Pamela. I just can't. Not every night. There's only one or maybe two nights in a week I can do it. Otherwise, it's too late for me. I'm falling asleep. I mean, I can come in and I can say, hey, but I can't stay for more than 15 minutes. Mandy, I don't know because we've been in here, so I haven't been able to go out and see any of the details. You want to fill us in? Friends Coffee Shop. Yeah, closer to Friends Coffee Shop. Yes. And there's a little bit of everything if you want some of the some weed, we've got you. If you want a drink, we've got you. If you want coffee, we've got you. If you want sodas, we've got you, cuz you're serving up your own self. You feel like he will find a way to stay out of prison? You mean that because the New York City ones were overturned now? It seems like they appealed, saying that some of the witnesses shouldn't have been witnesses, and so the judge agreed. I'm going to wait for the legal opinions on LawTube and see what they say. Do you guys watch I know there's Emily D. Baker, but there's also Bruce Rivers. He's a criminal lawyer out of Minneapolis. I really like watching his take, especially on criminal law. I will wait and watch and see if he puts out a commentary about what he thinks is going to happen. Because I don't understand the legalities enough to figure out what's going on. You watch Runkle? I like Runkle, and the lawyer, I like him too. I like him too, Mandy. But you might take a look at Bruce Rivers. Bruce Rivers is a criminal lawyer. Let me You said you're going to have to make fewer visits with the dirty stay ups. You're having trouble waking up for work in the morning. There you go, Dawn. I, I, yeah, I can't do it every night. It's unfortunate. Lisa says, Mandy, you probably already read this. You just skimmed an article about it. He is still guilty of several crimes, regardless of the ruling, and hope he has to stay in prison. Good. Good. Jen, you'll be right back with your coffee. Mandy watches Runkle and The Lawyer You Know. I really like The Lawyer You Know. Watch a lot of true crime and lawyers. Lori. You watch Bruce Rivers? Yeah, I like Bruce Rivers. And I'm from the Twin Cities, so it's fun to watch him in the cities. Be honest, I felt that it might go down like this for Harvey Weinstein even during the trial. Why is that, Dawn? Why do you think? You fell asleep watching cricket again last night? Yeah, if I didn't turn it off, I would fall asleep watching it. That's for sure, Susan, and I just can't. Yeah. I mean, it seems less fun somehow to fall asleep to it, although do you guys remember did you guys ever see the Bose sleep buds? They were special Bose ear pods that were just for sleep sounds that were soft enough that you could sleep with them in and did noise canceling. They were very, very cool, and Bose discontinued them. And apparently, and so Bose discontinued them. And the engineers who were working on that apparently have taken their engineering knowledge and applied it to remaking the same earbuds that Bose discontinued, with the difference that with the Bose earbuds, you can only use their pre-programmed sleep sounds. Whereas with these new earbuds, you'll be able to use them with anything to listen to anything you want. So I backed that Kickstarter. I'm really excited to get it. The main problem is that the witnesses in question weren't testifying about the cases he was being tried for, but other bad acts, and that shouldn't have been allowed in the first place. Okay, so it's something that's actually has legal merit, Dawn? It sounds like you're saying? Because as much as it sucks, if it has legal merit, the ruling, it, we've got to go by the law, as much as that may suck. We've got to go by the law. So what do you think, guys? Is it time for the fourth Minnesota goodbye? We'll skip right to the fourth. You guys have gotten awful quiet, and my patter has certainly dwindled. I think I'm getting a little tired. I think 2 hours seems to be about the limit. No, it's okay, Dawn. Nothing to be sorry for. I think what I hear you saying is that I know, Mandy. Oh, okay, Dawn, that makes sense. I know, Mandy. I know. I want the justice system to work too. Oh, thank you, Susan. I'm really glad I have that effect. That's nice of you to say. Good night, Dawn. Take care. It's good to see you. It was like having anti-character witnesses before the verdict. Yeah. Yeah, you can't do that. That's a no-no on the prosecution. Bad on the prosecution. Uncool. Thank you for letting us know. We can talk about it after I do some more legal analysis. I need to hear what everybody else has to say about it, because I'm not educated enough about the subject to render an opinion. More than I think it sucks. That I can say with emphaticness. So, unless y'all have something pressing that you want to talk about, you just slept to the end. You're welcome for hosting. Happy evening, y'all. Take care. Thanks for spending part of your evening with me. Thank you for always being here. And I really appreciate y'all. You're the best. Don't forget it. See you later. Bye bye.